Then
Yeah. So it was very early in his travel. That means he would have just started or something from here. Immediately the Dandabhanga happened. Because
very
it's
good.
right, it is right at the Ganges. You know, where the Chiradahi also happened is right at the Ganges. So Mahaprabhu went to take bath, you know. I'm just put it on the YouTube because my दूसरा laptop use कर रहा हूँ, so I'm just going the YouTube live the first time here. Yeah, so it was a very special thing. Send you the WhatsApp for that also. Yeah, it's a very special place. You know what? Yeah, before we start our session, very auspicious thing. The only living entity who actually saw Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, other than if you think Mother Ganga is there the same, and Yamuna is there the same, and Govardhan, obviously, they are also there. But other than that, the only other living entity who still exists, the
प्रभु आपका वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है.
living.
आपका वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है.
Oh, 8 minutes.
कोई ट्री रहेगा.
Hold on one second. Just hold on one second. Okay, hold on one second.
कोई ट्री रहेगा प्रभु.
Yes. But what tree is that?
आई कैन गेस. एक तो अंबिका कालना में एक पेड़ से चैतन्य महाप्रभु नित्यानंद प्रभु के डीटीज बनाए थे, तो वहां के पेड़ रहेंगे. फिर रास्ते में तो ये सब जो
अच्छा.
पेड़ है, या जिस ट्री के नीचे नित्यानंद प्रभु बैठे थे, राइट, व्हेन रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी came to see him, I can guess that must be one.
Exactly, you got it. Yeah, you got it. So I gave you the tree. So that is the tree where Raghunath Das Goswami came, essentially. I'm just, the thing is in this home, I don't have the Wi-Fi. So I'm just just connecting my charger also. This way. I mean, Wi-Fi अभी नहीं है. That's one issue. Yeah, let's see. I think this will work. So, yeah. So I saw that tree, it's a banyan tree. There are two trees actually. One is 600 years old and one is 700 years old. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Hello.
yes, Prabhu.
100 years old, one is 700.
Yes, Prabhu.
And we're there.
Prabhu, frame.
There when Mahaprabhu went entire pastime with Raghunath Das, everything, these were standing there, they're still standing there. It was a very divine experience to be with, very divine experience. They are only like about not even 10 minutes away from where I am right now. I'll send you maybe a short photo and video also. Very special.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
I got the privilege and privilege to do a Bhagavatam class at the Kolkata temple.
Yes, Prabhu.
I think I've sent on the.
You have shared it, Prabhu.
been a little bit shaky. I'm only here temporarily right now, but thoda sa shaky raha hai. Okay, I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, Prabhu.
All right. Okay. So we can. Acha, by the way, did I share with you the presentation already? I did, right?
Which presentation?
वो जो presentation का slides वाला जो मैंने आपको बोला था.
जो टेम्पलेट्स वगैरह वो किया प्रभु आपने?
I mean, the template, the templates,
हाँ,
basically
वो कैसे यूज करना है ना प्रभु?
all those templates. Did I share that with you?
Yeah, you shared it प्रभु, but it will be good if you can share how to use them ना, क्योंकि I found them मतलब मुझे समझ नहीं रहा था where should I start and what to explore and all of that. Maybe after this class we can do that.
Okay, okay, we can do that. That's not a good. So today, what we will do, this is a. I will do only part of this today, Prabhu. I have not completed this thing. So we will do the thing of this art of rhetoric. We can do a next one on, if you are okay, then on the it's just that on the third I could be in Mayapur, and I was still obviously weekday doesn't work for you, right?
Weekday mostly no प्रभु, calls ही रहेंगे evening में, दिन भर meetings.
So maybe with the next one we do then, because मेरा काफी travel सा चलता रहेगा. So we'll do part of this. Basically यही एक वाला बचा हुआ है, ये एक मॉड्यूल बचा हुआ है. बट इसको मैं ऐसे टोल्ड यू, मैं नया बना रहा हूँ, तो इसको मैंने कुछ बना लिया है, some left to make. Okay, so I will do it in 2 sessions. I will do it now and then I will do I'll do another one.
Okay प्रभु.
But the next one, because of my extensive travel thing, and especially on the weekends, other than the weekends, maybe week में थोड़ा सा, but weekend में मेरा थोड़ा ज़्यादा travel हो रहा है. So one option was 3rd of either 3rd or which is a Sunday, or 8th, which is a Friday of March.
Okay प्रभु, we can decide that later प्रभु.
तो अपन एक कैलेंडर में डाल सकते हैं, तो क्या वो एक कैलेंडर में डाल के हो सकता है?
Okay प्रभु, tentatively थर्ड के लिए डाल दीजिए फिर प्रभु.
3rd के लिए डाल देता हूँ, जस्ट मैं मायापुर में रहूंगा तो थोड़ा सा मायापुर का वो रहता है.
No problem.
By 8th it's 100% confirmed. I think that it should be fine. 3rd क्या मायापुर में क्या स्टेटस रहता है, वो थोड़ा ऐसा रहता है. So that is the only thing. But yeah, we could put 3rd, and then अगर 3rd में कुछ इश्यू होता तो 8th, definitely 8th तक क्लोज कर देंगे.
Okay प्रभु.
ठीक है. So let me, I'm just going to, I am just let me just see what I will just going to put it in the calendar before I was just thinking about this, that because you are the editor for Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, the art of rhetoric, it will be a very interesting thing to do along with you, because he is like the super acharya of rhetoric.
Is it?
Yeah, you will just to see whatever he is, basically is acharya. Like he goes to the what, there should be a better word, but he goes to the limit of rhetoric in a way. But I don't know how much of it he has practical, like has he tried to study something like or he just does it on his own, which is very likely. Maybe just doing it,
Really? Okay.
without really thinking about it like that. That's very much possible also.
Okay.
Okay, so I will put it for the 3rd, and for the why don't I just put it for both, and so that we can at least make it for one.
Okay.
I mean, definitely we'll make it for one. Okay, art of rhetoric, session 2. If you hear the class, right, what I gave, I think you can share your thoughts and this thing also.
Sure, Prabhu.
Or even from our perspective of how we are presenting and all that, right?
Good.
मैंने एक दो जगह और बीआरसी को भी प्रेजेंट किया. Yeah, when you get a chance, if you get a chance, that's nice. Okay, so I just sent you for 3rd March, let's say, or maybe I do the afternoon only, let's say 4 p.m. to, I've just sent from 4 to 5 right now. And then I am repeating on the Friday the 8th, which is at 7 p.m. Yeah. इसको डुप्लीकेट कर रहा हूँ, आपको भेजा है मैंने. Eighth March. Seven p.m. All right. Okay, I just sent it to you. All right. So, what is this art of rhetoric? You can see my screen now.
Yes.
As I said, what a work in progress right now. The art of rhetoric. So, the art of rhetoric. Just I have put quite a few examples here. I have more examples in some book here. Let me just read from some book also. So this rhetoric is is essentially the use of language to persuade an audience. Okay.
Okay.
The use of language to persuade an audience.
Okay.
It's the science of doing so. There's a science of using language about which will persuade the audience. There's a very ancient thing. This was ancient in India also, and it's also and in the West when it is used, it's called as it's called as rhetoric. It was there in the West for a long time, but it was primarily given more shape by Aristotle. Okay, Aristotle is in one sense just even called as the of rhetoric, although it did exist before too. It's not that he just started the whole thing. And you could see that there was the influence. He was a teacher for Alexander the Great. And so Alexander the Great and all were actually taught all of these things. The kings, the same thing, the kings were taught by the Brahmanas, all of these techniques too. How did he end up conquering the whole world? It's not just the sword, but it's also the pen. It's also the word, basically. That's how you inspire. How do you inspire somebody? Not just because you are strong, right? You inspire because your use of words pierces the hearts of people. Make sense? So this is what has been happening always. Rhetoric used to be one of the primary things which used to be taught in the previous education, and it's such a pity that such things are not being taught. Rhetoric, logic, theology, these were the primary subjects matters. But now, don't cover these things. Now, obviously, rhetoric can be misused because if anything can be misused, right? The whole charismatic talks, whatever, it can be misused. If your intention is incorrect, you can use all of the powerful knowledge and destroy the world, right? But it can be utilized for the right purpose. It's a powerful tool, essentially. So there have been a lot of thoughts and debates around that also. Oh, rhetoric can be evil too. Yeah, obviously, because if anything gets into the hands of an evil person, it will become evil, right? So, but and the more powerful the tool is, the more benefit it can give, or the more destruction it can cause. So one way the logic, one way it is defined. That this is at a higher level. Aristotle defined logos, pathos, and ethos. Okay. How do you persuade people? One, a logical argument, logos. Ethos, by about ethics, establishing your authority. This is the, like this is the ethically also the right thing to do. And then in the same sense that you are that right person in a way to do this or to say this, whatever you are saying, you're establishing your authority. So you have to explain, when you talk, you have to present it logically. You have to be logical. You have, like I was talking about Madhvacharya today in the class, because it is Sripad Madhvacharya's disappearance day today. So he calls he actually called his वाद as तत्ववाद. आप अपना वीडियो बंद करके रखे हैं?
हाँ प्रभु,
वो दर्शन
कम था ना, सो आपका फ्रीज हो रहा था प्रभु.
ओह अच्छा, ठीक है, आई थिंक दैट मे बी अ बेटर आइडिया. बट जस्ट दैट मेरे को आपका दर्शन इमेजिन कर.
हरे हरे बोलिए प्रभु.
Okay. Yeah, let's see if it goes okay. All right. So thank you for opening the altar. Haribol.
Yeah, Prabhu.
So, and pathos is appealing to people through emotion. So these were the three overall areas. We will just now look at the language though. Okay. Our primary focus is the language. So this can be in one sense divided into three parts, and we will look at primarily the first part today, and the later parts, a little bit of the later part, but later parts we will do next time. But one is repetition of words and phrases. Second is the structure of the sentences, and third is other dramatic devices. These overlap with each other. You will see कहीं repetition हो रहा है, structure भी change हो रहा है. ये वो, in fact, जितना आप कई जगहों पर तो you use multiple of these techniques, it becomes even more powerful. Okay. That, again, as editor of Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, for you it will be like.
Yes, Prabhu. And don't mention that, Prabhu.
So first one, epithesis, okay, is repetition. Some of these pronunciations I may not be also accurate. Exactly epithesis, but you can see this is all Greek. So epithesis is repetition of words, typically three. So you say things like, these are simply lies, lies, lies. Makes a powerful impact. Okay. Or this other one where you are delaying the last repetition a bit. O Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? Okay. Like that. So has a impact. So as we are going through all of this, we have to basically keep in mind that हम लोग क्या करते हैं, when we are trying to speak things, we don't end up go diving a bit deeper into it. The main point is dive at least a bit deeper. Now, if you see, if you just see Guru Maharaj when he's speaking, how is able to. We will see. In fact, I would like to gather more examples of him speaking. When he's speaking, how he's able to actually utilize so many of these skills like that. And the reason for that is he's just gone a little deeper into what are we trying to say, why we are trying to say it, what do we want to, what is the goal behind saying it? Like today's session, which I had to do, obviously, because I'm doing in the Bhagavatam class, I had to be a little bit like, can't be that, heavy also. But when I was doing my own recording, I may be able to share that. I just did my personal recording of some of the points which I covered today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there I could see, because I didn't have any kind of appreciation, I just was just speaking freely. I could stress upon the points in a certain way and all of that. Obviously, I want to improve much more on that.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to kind of, let it flow, and let it first see why you're saying what you're saying. What is that you want to, do you want to, if you want to really, hit the core of what you're trying to say. Like here, it's very important to say that they are lies, right? You can see that's why if they're saying they are simply lies, that would have not done it. They are simply lies, lies, and lies. Now, who would say it like that? Somebody really feels for it. So actually, we may learn various techniques. Okay, we may learn various techniques, but you will be able to use it only if you are going deeper into the fact of why, of trying to, being driven. Basically, if you are driven, let's say, if you are driven to care, the more you're driven to care, the more you would actually use it. And obviously somebody who wants to do it negatively, they're driven to, exploit, then they will use it. But if we are driven to care, then we will. तो पूरे टाइम एक्चुअली ये ही याद रख के आप देखोगे. Otherwise, what will happen? This entire exercise will become, will become said, okay, it's nice to know, like that, somewhat. But it's not about just nice to know. I want to get into how can I use it personally. And to use it, it's not just knowing. To use it, I have to become driven. Otherwise, otherwise I will not end up using it. Does that make sense, Prabhu? You will not end up using it unless you are driven. वो नहीं होगा. तो ये जो लोग भी पावरफुल लोग जो यूज करते हैं ना, पावरफुल स्पीकर्स, दे यूज दैट थिंग, दे आर ड्रिवन. वो लोग मेन क्वालिटी, दे आर ड्रिवन. ड्रिवन बाय द पर्पस. अब आएगा ये सब कुछ, देन इट विल फ्लो. बट मे नॉट, उन लोगों का फ्लो होता है, वी हैव टू प्रैक्टिस इट, but it will gradually become this thing with the fact that I'm driven. Like, oh, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? He's driven, right? There is a deeper purpose behind it. Oh, फिर आ गया ये. That's it, right? अब इसमें बहुत सारे लाइज में वो वेर आर द रोमियो में एक डिले है. रोमियो वेर आर द रोमियो, करेक्ट. There are those subtle differences. उसका एक value है. Oh, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? It has a power to it, when you delay the last point, correct? Like that. So ऐसे बहुत सारे subtle variations हो सकते हैं. We will be able to do all of these things if we are driven to care. The more you are driven to care, it will happen. इसलिए आप देखिए पॉलिटिशियंस क्या कर रहे हैं अभी. वो जैसे मोदी जी ने अभी राम भगवान के उसमें स्पीच दिया, उन्होंने राम ही अर्थ है, राम ही परम है, राम ये है, राम वो है, राम ये है, राम ये है. He said like that, basically. He kept saying, Ram ye hai, Ram wo hai. He could have said, Ram ye hai, ye hai, ye hai, ye hai, ye hai. Nahi. Ram ye hai, Ram ye hai, Ram arth hai, Ram hi nyay hai, Nyam hi ye hai, Ram ye. See, he's using this technique. That's what makes the difference. That's all. But he is driven, so it becomes natural. It shows up as natural. So we have to understand both, the same thing, what we have discussed before, till it becomes okay, right? Makes sense?
Yes, Prabhu.
Conduplicatio, repetition separated by different words. Okay, read that.
Too often, the American that himself makes his fortune builds him a great metropolitan house in the most metropolitan street of the most metropolitan town.
Okay, so now read it if you are actually going to say it yourself. This is the difference now. Now, what you just read, you kind of just read it.
That himself makes his fortune builds himself a great metropolitan house in the most metropolitan street of the most metropolitan town.
Right? Makes sense. Too often, the American that himself makes his fortune, builds him a great metropolitan house in the most metropolitan street of the most metropolitan town. अब आप उसको थोड़ा सा देख रहे हैं, उसका आप हर एक पे सेम फोकस भी नहीं है, कभी ऊपर गया कभी नीचे गया, तो वो भी एक great metropolitan house in the most metropolitan street of the most metropolitan town. I like, you can try different things, but because you have to also see the meaning of it. ये कोई मतलब इसका मीनिंग क्या है भाई यहाँ पर? इट्स लाइक अमेरिकन जो बड़ा पैसा बनाता है, बेसिकली वो यही करता है, सबसे बड़ी जगह पे, सबसे बड़ी स्ट्रीट पे, सबसे बड़े टाउन में सबसे बड़ा घर बनाएगा बस, राइट? तो उसको आप ये करेगा. सो यू कैन बेसिकली मेक दिस, इसको अलग अलग पिचेस में, उसका मीनिंग समझें, उसको अलग पिच, पेस, वॉल्यूम, as I used to call it, pitch, pace, power. उसमें बोलने से भी आपको थोड़ा ये आइडिया लगेगा. So if you want, let's say you want to use these things, right? Why are we studying? We want to use these things. So we have to understand, the meaning, but then we have to, एक जो actually driven होता है, उसमें फिर वो चीजें भी आती है, वो कैसे बोलता है इसको, ऑटोमेटिकली वो चीज भी आएगी, नॉट जस्ट कि लिख दिया है. तो आप देखोगे कि unfortunately so most people do not have this skill. They just remain plain bland, both writing the content and speaking. लेकिन जो ये कर लेता है, isn't it powerful? कैच कर लिया ना, एक सिंपल से सेंटेंस में सामने कैच कर लिया कि नहीं?
Yes, Prabhu.
So it's repeating, but it's separated by different words. Builds him a great metropolitan house in the most metropolitan town of the most metropolitan town. So difference words hai बीच में, मगर but the same things are also there. So that's the that impact basically comes. Now, so this was basically a repetition of words. ये एक है repetition in the end of the sentence. Okay, you can read this one.
Senator, I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Sir, you are no Jack Kennedy.
This was a reply given in a political speech when somebody tried to compare himself with Jack Kennedy. So that guy said, "Sir, I have served with him." Now say it again. Any variation you would like to make, how you would say it. So you got the context. What is happening here?
Yeah, Senator, I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Sir, you are no Jack Kennedy.
Yeah. So you can try different reasons. Senator, I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Now I'm adding some pauses. You see this?
Yes, Prabhu.
You can. So I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Sir, you are no Jack Kennedy. Do you see?
Yes, Prabhu.
थोड़ा pause डालने का, थोड़ा ये डालने का. At every point you are thinking what. So try it again. You see how everything comes together like that. और इसमें भी एक वेरिएशन है ना. Yeah.
I
तो
served.
आपका बेसिकली बॉडी स्पेस वगैरह सब थोड़ा सिमिलर रह रहा है, थोड़ा सिमिलर रह रहा है. थोड़ा और ट्राई करिए कि यू हैव टू कभी कभी स्ट्रांग जाना है. वो था आपको पता है ना वो व्हाट आर द थ्री दीस थिंग्स व्हिच वर देयर. इनफैक्ट मैं उसका एग्जैक्टली बोल.
Voice and pitch and speed.
हाँ हाँ वो ये वन टाइम यू वर लाइक द अरे यार, one time you are strong like a father, you're a friend, and second you're a lover, right? Those three variations, those three modes have to be there. When you are strict, once you when you are like a friend and when you are like a lover, like that. वो थोड़ा वो variations, वो pace, वो pause, and pause itself is a very is a very big thing. So try that.
Senator, I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Sir, you are no Jack Kennedy.
Okay, yeah. Now you see, अब थोड़ा आपने pause डाला, sir. You know Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Now again, Jack and now the word friend is important here. वो बोला कि भाई मैं उसका दोस्त ही हूँ. So you can stress the point. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. पहले तो बोला I served with him, I knew with him, was a friend of mine. He kept increasing that also, right? Was a friend of mine. Sir, you know Jack Kennedy. You know Jack Kennedy, like that. Right? You see? So ये this is the idea. But basically live those live these words. Then we will be, then we will be able to do that. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
तो देखिए ऑलरेडी आपके जो आपने बोला था और जो अभी बोला उसमें फर्क दिखा ना. But that's why I'm also saying there can be various ways to do that. But that's why I say, Senator, I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. You could also say, in fact, I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Sir, you know Jack Kennedy. Like that. So there are the variations like that. So we can try that. Okay, go ahead. This one.
The transaction was illegal from the beginning to end. The impeachment was illegal. The process was illegal. The service was illegal.
Okay, now say it with, now you understand what they are trying to say, right? अब इसको थोड़ा ये करके बोलिए.
The transaction was illegal from beginning to end. The impeachment was illegal. The process was illegal. The service was illegal.
Yeah. क्योंकि because it's the same sentences आपको उसी टाइप में बोलना है. Impeachment was illegal. The process was illegal. The service was illegal. In fact, इसमें आप पेस चेंज कर सकते हो. अभी इसमें पेस चेंज कैसे करोगे बताओ. पेस चेंज करो. I'm seeing अभी इसमें पेस चेंज करो.
The transaction was illegal from beginning to end. The impeachment was illegal. The process was illegal. The service was illegal.
You see, those three can go faster, right? वो illegal वाले में those three can go faster. You don't have to, ये तो आप देख रहे हैं इसमें. तो obviously you see the power of communication, the power of rhetoric, the power of words, that combined with the power of delivery. That's यही तो कर रहे हैं लोग game भैया. These guys are playing this game. They have played this game for a long time. So we can utilize it also.
Yes, sir.
Also, ये सब बहुत, and this is an art. It's an art. Basically, it's an art. It's an art. It's not so much of it's a science, but then it's an art. It starts with the science. We are understanding the science, but actually you're a painter. You're a painter as you're going through this thing. It's like, you paint your words. You draw a painting. That makes sense, right? So अब आप ऐसे बोलोगे एज कंपेयर टू नॉर्मल बोल दोगे द ट्रांजैक्शन वाज इलीगल सर द इम्पीचमेंट द प्रोसेस एंड द सर्विस actually everything actually was illegal in that like that you could say like that imagine just say just it's the same thing पूरा पलट गया एकदम तो आप मुझे ये बताओ कि why are we not using such things
Yes,
why
Prabhu.
are we not learning these things don't we have is it really true that we have nothing of substance to say or so much driven to say we have there are so many things we want to convey during the day which we are driven right we want these are of these are important things to say but I'm not using these things so it takes time to learn some of these things लेकिन छोटा भी अगर आप करने लगोगे और life will become एक रस आता है इसमें ये एक रस भी है isn't it like in Chaitanya Charan Prabhu was telling me the same thing he said वो मेरा sense gratification है so it's actually a rus it's a rus isn't it
Yes, Prabhu.
so so life becomes a rus basically with these things okay next one
Okay.
तो मैंने पूरा नहीं लिखा एक दो और ओह डॉक्टर सुमंता I think he will see that that's fine you can go ahead
Okay.
sometimes he uses my Zoom as by default go ahead
Okay. The French Revolution is of Christian origin. The newspaper is of Christian origin. The dash is of Christian origin. The only thing which can be said to be of pagan origin is Christianity.
इसमें और भी दो चीजें थी it's a really nice one isn't it there were many things he mentioned there in fact मैं उसको complete कर दूंगा वो French Revolution Christian origin newspapers of Christian origin this thing the physical sciences are of Christian origin these are the only thing which is said to be of pagan origin is Christianity so everything basically this is a you see how powerful you see how powerful this is
Yes, Prabhu.
it's a very very interesting very interesting yes so we need to be inspired to तो इसमें आपको जब आप रिपीट कर रहे हो तो आप बार बार बोल रहे हो वही सेम चीज द फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन इज ऑफ क्रिश्चियन ओरिजिन द न्यूज़पेपर क्रिश्चियन ओरिजिन दिस पर्सन क्रिश्चियन ओरिजिन नाउ यू सी व्हाट इज गेटिंग रिपीटेड उसको एक आपको कॉमन वो देना पड़ेगा the way you say it now try it the way you say it has to emphasize that
French Revolution is of Christian origin. The newspaper is of Christian origin. The
whatever yeah
whatever is of Christian origin. The only thing which can be said to be of pagan origin is Christianity.
yeah you see like that so यहाँ पे is you can pause at that the only thing see again pause at the only thing you see whenever you say the only thing now why are you pausing at the only thing because it will generate curiosity correct तो ये चीज अभी आपको नेचुरली इसको प्रैक्टिस सोचना है दिस इज ऑल ए केस ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस दिस इज इट्स ए व्हेन यू आर सेइंग ये आपका धीरे धीरे आपका माइंड में ये आना चाहिए द ओनली थिंग which can be said to be the only thing which can be said to be of pagan origin is Christianity. Again, is के बाद में भी आप पॉज कर सकते हैं. पॉज एक्चुअली बहुत बड़ा अभी पॉज के साथ में ऑब्वियसली पेस चेंज हो रहा है वॉल्यूम चेंज हो रहा है चीजें चेंज होती है पॉज के साथ राइट like that's why pause act because pause gives you the opportunity to change those things automatically volume भी change होता है पेस तो चेंज हो गया राइट पिच भी चेंज हो जाता है दैट्स व्हाई पॉज इज अ वेरी पावरफुल थिंग ओके ट्राई इट विद द पॉज
The French Revolution is of Christian origin. The newspaper Christian origin. The printing press is of Christian origin. The Industrial Revolution is of Christian origin. The only thing which can be said to be of pagan origin is Christianity.
Yeah, yes, yes. Okay. You felt some difference now, yeah?
Prabhu, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So, yeah, तो ये आपको ध्यान देना, ये आपको ध्यान देना, ये न्यूज़पेपर रिपोर्ट्स और ये सब क्या होते हैं? वो लोग बेसिकली यही चीजें तो सीख रहे हैं कि they how to say this. Okay, next.
The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here.
इसको समझ नहीं कुछ it's by
Ah,
Lincoln. It's a
yes,
nice
Prabhu.
one.
The world will little note nor will long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here.
You see now, it's a repetition, right?
Hmm.
It's a repetition which is happening. What is that? The repetition is the end of the sentence. The word will little note, nor long remember. Now see how I'm doing this. The word will little note, nor long remember. Why? Because those, now I'm saying it like this because they both mean the same thing. The word will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. Are you getting it, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that's the way we have to say this. The
Yes,
word will little note, the word will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. Okay, go ahead now. Now say it.
the world will little note nor long remember what we did here, but it can never forget what okay. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here.
But you can never forget. Pause दीजिए वहां पर. थोड़ा
Uh,
और pause दीजिए वहां पर. Because those are the four main points. The
yes,
word
Prabhu.
little notes, nor long remember what we say here. Again, I'm saying what we say here because I wanted to stress that what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here.
Did here. Yes.
Okay, so go ahead, try it again now.
Yes,
Again.
Prabhu. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it
Yeah,
can never forget what they did here.
yeah. Now you see,
Ah, yes, Prabhu.
market difference आया आप में.
Yes, Prabhu.
Maybe you may feel कि मैं आपको 2-3 बार बोलने के लिए बोल रहा हूँ, 4 बार बोलने के लिए बोल रहा हूँ, but please don't mind that
Yes,
because
yes, yes, Prabhu. Making sense.
this is a practice.
Yes, Prabhu.
So don't mind that. Sometimes I feel, आप
नहीं
थोड़ा
नहीं जरूरी है अभी तो अच्छा है.
yeah. But you see, it's the word, ये कितना big difference है, कितना big
Yes,
difference.
Prabhu.
वो यही है प्रभु, ऐसे बात करना है, बात ऐसे करना है, बात वैसे ही मत करिए जो नॉर्मल उसमें हर हर सेंटेंस में हर उसमें ट्राई करने की कोशिश करिए. देखिए हम कैसे बोल रहे हैं, हम क्या लेके आ रहे हैं. गुरु महाराज का लेक्चर सुन लो प्रभु, वो एक वर्ड में एकदम डाल, उन्होंने भर भर के he puts his heart into it, but it comes out like that. We cannot imitate the spiritual elevation. We're not to do that, but at the same time, we can, as they said, अनुकरण मत करो, अनुसरण करो.
Yes, Prabhu.
तो मैंने वो ट्राई किया. As I told you, I was doing my own recording. I was saying, let me feel for it, even if it is not so pure, that's fine, but let me feel for it. So feel for it. If you start feeling for it, it will make it. Lincoln is feeling now. He's feeling for it. These statements are in history like that. तो ऐसा करके हमारा ये आएगा. Otherwise it will not.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, next one.
But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. My God, क्या powerful statement है.
This is Christianity है. This is from the scripture.
Yeah,
This is from
bro.
the scripture. Okay, इसको अब इसको बोलिए कि where you will stress, how you will do a little bit better. Let's see.
But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
So your pay is like, but if you forgive not, obviously there are different English here. It's like, But if you forgive not men, if you forgive not men their trespasses, because it's not the usual English, right? But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. So at least we know that. I think, yeah. But if you forgive not, I think forgive not को साथ में बोलना पड़ेगा. But if you forgive not, but if you forgive, yeah, I think not पे stress करना is better. But if you forgive not men their trespasses, if you forgive not, but if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Like that. So I think वो last part तो easy हो गया. So yeah, थोड़ा English का भी ये थोड़ा होता है. But I think, yeah, because not is the strong word there. But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Nice one. Okay, epanalepsis. Okay, repetition at the start and the end of the sentence. Okay. Go ahead.
Ambition must be made to counteract ambition.
So this is both एक ही sentence में. Okay, now you say it by in the right way, or say it in a better way.
Ambition must be made to count.
सोचिए. That's fine. You don't have to rush. Think about it and do it. Think about it.
Ambition must be used to counteract ambition.
Okay, better. So what are the okay? How would you divide the sentence? Let's say
ambition must be counteracted by ambition.
So what are the two parts of the sentence in your according to you? Where you will pause? What is the parts?
Ambition must be made to counteract by ambition.
No, okay, so here's my take on this.
I believe you.
Ambition must be made to counteract ambition. Ambition must be made. वो एक उसमें आ गया ना. Ambition must be made to counteract ambition. So actually the two parts I'm dividing it. एक first part is ambition must be made. Second part is to counteract. अब मैं ambition बोलने के पहले हल्का सा pause कर सकता हूँ. I mean, there can be different ways, I guess. I mean, but you can say what you feel. Ambition must be made to counteract ambition. Does it make sense?
Yes, Prabhu.
अब बोल के देखिए.
Ambition must be made to counteract ambition. ये क्या है ना प्रभु, मतलब ऐसा बोलता है ना तब ऐसा लगता है कि ambition का best use क्या है? Use it to counteract ambition. But I think what it is intended is, how do you counteract ambition? You counteract it by ambition. You see, there is a difference.
इसका meaning ही देखना पड़ेगा. It's a very powerful meaning. अगर जैसे I think in one sense the meaning is
काटे को काटा ही काटता है.
हाँ, कि आप बहुत ज्यादा ambitious हो रहे हो, तो make an ambition. I don't want to be that ambitious.
No, that's not how I saw it. The way I saw it is, see, somebody is very ambitious, and the way to counteract it is, I mean, use your ambition to counteract someone else's ambition.
Okay, so maybe both the ways. If you talk about somebody else,
depending on the context.
Yes, but would you change the way you are saying it according to that?
No, that was what I was trying to do, Prabhu.
Okay, so what? Okay, so what would you? How would you? Where would you pause? You would say first.
Ambition must be counteracted.
No, you're changing the sentence itself.
Okay, Prabhu. Ambition must be.
Say the same words. I mean.
Made. Ambition. Okay. Actually, जो मीनिंग मुझे निकालना है ना, उसके लिए वो सेंटेंस को चेंज किए बिना नहीं कर सकता. Anyway.
हाँ, तो वो एक different. Well, I mean, no, not really. If you take it that way, that's fine. I should make an ambition to counteract somebody else's ambition.
Ambition must be made to counteract ambition.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's maybe ambition. So you are saying just pause after ambition. That's the big. Okay, that may be one way also. Ambition must be made to counteract ambition. Okay. Yeah, and what I was saying was ambition must be made to counteract ambition. Yeah. Anyway, there can be multiple ways to do it. You have to use the skills. Yeah, we can think about it. Ambition must be made to counteract ambition.
Yes, Prabhu.
I like that one. Ambition must be made to counteract ambition. तो एक तो डेफिनेटली लास्ट एम्बिशन की पहले अगर आप पॉज देते हो तो यू आर गिविंग ए मोर लाइक एक वो क्या बोलते हैं एक वो थोड़ा ड्रामेटिक इफेक्ट है उसका, है ना? एम्बिशन मस्ट बी मेड टू काउंटरैक्ट एम्बिशन. उसका एक ड्रामेटिक इफेक्ट भी है ना थोड़ा. Okay, next one.
The minority gives way not because it is convinced that it is wrong, but because it is convinced that it is minority. Nice sentence. The minority gives way not because it is convinced that it is wrong, but because it is convinced that it is minority.
So the minority gives way not because it's convinced that it's wrong, but because it's convinced that it is. So again, थोड़ा मैं उसमें थोड़ा fast जा रहा हूँ. The minority gives way can be said fast. Not because it's convinced that it is wrong, but because it's convinced that it's minority.
Yes, Prabhu. Sentences बहुत अच्छे choose किए प्रभु. कहाँ से लिया आपने?
ये एक बहुत अच्छा book है. Well, that I can share with you also. It's a very nice book. It talks about classical. You could see that previously people had a better. This is more coming from a classical thing. Classical means ancient, little more like not the very recent.
Yes,
thing. And taking some classical use of that's why Lincoln and all of that, which maybe 50 years, 100 years ago and all that. Okay? Yeah. So okay, इसको बोल के देखिए फिर से एक बार. Minority.
Minority gives way not because it is convinced that it is wrong, but because it is convinced that it is minority.
Yeah, good. Okay. All right. Repetition at start and end of successive sentences. Now this combines a few other things also. It's also called as balancing statements, etc. Okay, now go ahead.
I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid for you.
Okay, say that again. एक चीज मिस किया आपने starting में.
I'm not afraid of you.
Okay. Yeah. When you say that sentence,
I'm not afraid of you.
Huh?
I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid.
No, okay. So when you said I'm not afraid of you, where did you stress? You think?
You.
And where do you think you should stress? What would be better?
I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid for you.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Yes. I'm not afraid of you, my dear friend. I'm afraid for you. Isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
तो ये ही है प्रभु. इसमें जाना, इसमें यू पे स्ट्रेस नहीं, इसमें ऑफ और फॉर पे होगा. You know what you're talking. पूरा गेम बदल जाएगा जहां आप स्ट्रेस करोगे उससे. Okay, next.
We do not need a censorship of the press. We already have a censorship by the press.
No. Say that again. अब मैं आपका half first sentence miss किया मैं.
We do not need a censorship of the press. We have a censorship by the press.
Yeah. We do not need a censorship of the press. We have a censorship by the press. So again, of or by.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Anaphors. Repetition of words and phrases at the start of the sentence creates a hammering effect and involving rhythm. Okay. So this is repeating the sentence. This is it. So Martin Luther King's speech tha, he said, I have a dream today. And then I have a dream. I have a dream. In fact, he is starting at the start. In fact, वो तो इतना strong था कि He would start with I have a dream, da, 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 then I said, I have a dream. He will even end with that. And then he will start the next paragraph with I have a dream that da, 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 this will happen. And then it will end with, and he sometimes even end with that. So this is called anaphor, the start of the sentence that you, okay, go ahead. In the example.
I have a dream.
No, इसका कुछ नहीं. Next one.
I have shown that slavery is wicked. Wicked in that is. Wicked in that
पूरा
is.
लिखा नहीं, but we can be said that. Wicked in that it is. Tak, tak, tak.
Okay. I have shown that slavery is wicked. Wicked in that it is ta 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 ta. Wicked in that it is ta 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 ta. Wicked in that it is ta 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 ta. That's why I say that slavery is wicked.
Yeah. I have shown that slavery is wicked. Wicked in that it is this. Wicked in that it is this. Wicked in that it is this. So when you're saying wicked, your stress is more, your volume is more than the other. And then in that it is, you go faster. You go like that. Right? Wicked in that it is this. Wicked in that it is. Try that again. A little more.
I have shown that slavery is wicked. Wicked in that it is ta 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 ta. Wicked in that it is ta 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 ta.
Yeah. अब देख रहे हैं ये आपको थोड़ा वो कर रहा है. Wicked in that it is this. Wicked in that it is. Wicked in that it is this. तो उसमें वॉल्यूम भी कम हुआ, पेस भी फास्ट हुआ. दो चीजें हुई. Wicked in that it is. वॉल्यूम कम हुआ, पेस फास्ट हुआ. Okay. Next one.
Perhaps it may be our turn soon. Perhaps it may be our turn now. Okay. Perhaps it may be our turn soon. Perhaps it may be our turn now.
अब इसमें actually, you know what you could try? Okay, think about it a little bit more. Just for saying it, how would you?
Perhaps it may be our turn soon. Perhaps it may be our turn now.
Okay, yeah, that's good. You're trying. You're stressing. Perhaps it may be our turn soon. So that almost seems like a normal. Perhaps it may be our turn soon. Perhaps it may be our turn now. Like that. So you are actually, in one sense, you are. Perhaps it may be our turn soon. Perhaps it may be our turn now. So he is basically saying, "Ab karo." Ab karna. He is doing it. So उसने pace भी slow कर दिया, or perhaps it may be our turn soon. अब मैं pause करूंगा एकदम. Perhaps it may be our turn soon, but perhaps it may be our turn now. फिर now के पहले भी एक बार मैं ये कर रहा हूँ. Actually, I'm choosing it to be like lower, lower volume, lower pace, ऐसा करके. Then it's like उसका भी एक, उसका भी एक impact आता है. Make sense? Perhaps it may be our turn soon. अब मैंने उसको स्लो कर रहा हूँ. अब देखो पेस चेंज करके देखो आप. Then say the way I am suggesting this is this. Perhaps it may be our turn soon, but perhaps it may be our turn now.
Perhaps it may be your turn soon. Perhaps it may be your turn now.
Yeah, there you go. You got it?
Yes,
Isn't
bro.
it?
Yes,
थोड़ा सा स्लो किया. ऐसा नहीं कि एकदम you were sounding natural now. But आपने स्लो किया. आपने देखा हो, आपने स्लो किया है उसको. उस पे आपको ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. आपने स्लो किया है उसको.
Yes, Prabhu.
ये बहुत अच्छा किया आपने. I think I could see a marked improvement. Say it again. I was so happy to hear this.
Perhaps it may be your turn soon. Perhaps it may be your turn now.
Perhaps it may be your turn now. Like that. And in fact, now को तो मैं तो और धीरे से बोला था. Perhaps it may be your turn now. You see? Now you see? मैं अगर now को मैं और धीरे बोल दिया. So it was actually dramatic. उसको dramatic करने के लिए और perhaps.
Very true.
Like that. Does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. 3 sentences in which the opening clauses are repeated. Okay, ये सब war के time पे वगैरह बोला गया है तो but these are obviously. Go ahead, you say this.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing ground. We shall fight on the fields. Stand in the streets.
Yeah. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing ground, we shall fight on the fields, stand in the streets. Like that. So again, because this fight is, we shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing ground. The fight pe ekdam like that. Okay. Next one.
I love India. I love the culture. I love the people. The fact is, I love the very core of it.
Yeah, like that. I love India. I love the culture. I love the people. अगर इसको अगर थोड़ा सा इनफैक्ट वो ऐसे भी हो सकता है अगर कोई बोल रहा है ऐसे he is very emotional about it. Now this is the height of in this one the height of emotion is quite high. Otherwise कोई ऐसा बोलेगा नहीं ये sentences. These are very very deeply war के टाइम पे बोल रहा है almost और या फिर ये I love India. I love India. I love the culture. I love the people. The fact is, I love the very core of it. Okay, मैं core पे और stress करूँगा. Okay, next one.
I'm not asking for $20. I'm not asking for 15. I'm not even asking for a farthing.
Yeah, good. Okay, next.
It is not about who is right, but about what is right.
Yeah, it could be even said. It's not about. I don't exactly quote Maharaji, but it's not about who is right, but about what is right. Yeah, but I think is a better word. Or it could be. It's not about who is right. It's about what is right. Instead of that, but की जगह पे वो भी हो सकता है. Because kind of but will be understood in that sense. But I'm not exactly quoting Maharaj. Both are right. It's not about who is right. It's about what is right. Right? Okay.
Be in this world, not okay. Be in this world, not.
अब क्या कहना अभी आप लाइन पे आ रहे थे. अब क्या होगा प्रभु जितना प्रैक्टिस करोगे ना आपको ये क्विकली आएगा.
Yes, Prabhu.
As soon as you see the sentences, you don't have to like वो क्विक होगा ज्यादा क्विक होगा. Be in this world, not of this world. You don't have to वो धीरे धीरे करके हो जाएगा. Okay, some more. I mean, this is not exactly repetition actually, but भी मैंने लिखा था. Rhymes are obviously a very common one, which people use and should be. All of these things were rhyme. They were rhyme. 1, 2, buckle my shoe, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Why? People learn through rhymes. This is a. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. An apple a day gives a doctor away back. Yeah, हमने किया भी एक दूसरे उसमें भी, right? Like that. Again, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu is that. We did this, but we can, briefly cover this also. देखिए इसमें ये balancing statements है. इसको मैं और detail में भी एक और देखिए और examples भी करूँगा. But you can read this and read some of these. So what happens is balancing statements is like a structure, as the name itself suggests. इसका एक isocolon नाम. तो इसमें if the sentence sounds balanced, the underlying thinking sounds balanced. And we are attracted to such balanced minds, balanced diets. We are attracted to that, even if that balance is an illusion. So, okay, try some of these.
Okay. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Now you see, ask not what your country can do for you. तो इसको आप ऐसे सर्च करोगे. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for you. Right? वहां पर आप सर्च करोगे. Okay, next.
To be or not to be.
To be or not to be. आप उसको actually if I not पे थोड़ा स्ट्रेस रहेगा इसमें. To be or not to be. Because contrast डाल रहा है ना. To be or not to be. Not like to be or not to be. आप देखिए फर्क कितना आ गया. To be or not to be. To be or not to be. No, it will not. समझ में आया कितना कितना गलत लग रहा है वो सुन रहा है.
To
To be
be
or not
or
to be.
not to be.
Okay, try it now.
To be or not to be.
Yeah, or not to be. Like that. देखा कितना फर्क आ गया है. मेरे को तो बोलने में ही और लग रहा था एकदम कि पूरा वो चेंज हो गया. Yeah. Okay, next.
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Yeah, ये तो आपको फेमस है पता है ये वाला. Yeah, now you got it. There are some things money can't buy. Again,
There are
यहाँ
some
पे
things,
आप can't पे stress कर सकते हैं. There are some things money can't buy, right?
there are some things money
Because
can't.
you're trying to say that that's the main point. Can't buy, right?
Uh,
There are some things money can't buy.
for everything else, there is MasterCard.
Yeah, so you paused at the right place there. For everything else, there is MasterCard. But there are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there is MasterCard. Okay.
We cannot catch our mind, but we can our breath.
Yes, good. We cannot catch our mind. उसको थोड़ा fast चलेगा. We cannot catch our mind, but we can our breath. Right? Cannot catch it. Okay, next one.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of the skin, but by the content of their character.
अभी इसमें कैसे करेंगे?
I have a dream that my 4 little children
एक minute, sorry. Yeah.
will one day live in a nation where they will not judged, where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Okay, okay. थोड़ा सोचिए अभी इसके बारे में. सोचिए. What is it? What is the
Color
balancing?
of the skin,
What is the
content of
balancing?
character.
Yeah.
Color of the skin and content of character.
Right.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Now you see, got it. You didn't. They will not. I have a dream that my 4 little children one day will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. और यहाँ पे आपने वो भी यूज कर लिया कि कलर और कंटेंट में वो एलिट्रेशन है. वो भी एक थोड़ा एडेड है इसमें. By the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. आप समझ रहे हैं? तो ये by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. ऐसा. Okay.
We look into the future, not into the past.
तो यहाँ पे जब कॉन्ट्रास्ट हो रहा है तो जनरली नॉट पे फोकस इज गुड. वी लुक इनटू द फ्यूचर, नॉट इनटू द पास्ट. We are working together, not against. We are working for what we can do, not what we can't. बोलिए इसको अभी.
We are working together, not against. We are working together, not against.
Oh, next one. Yeah. Oh, okay.
We are working for what we can do, not what we can't.
We are working together what we can do, not what we can't. So not in be actually थोड़ा important है इसमें. We are working together for what we can do. इसमें can most important है because we are working together for what we can do, not what we can't. Not what we can. Right? Okay, there are few. इसको अपन लोग maybe next time में ही कर लेंगे because I will be doing this more in more detail. The exaggeration. Yeah, some of these I have already ये और भी cover होगा. ये general 3 वाला तो रहता ही है. Government of the people, for the people, by the people. Here, there, and everywhere. We came, we saw, we conquered. Right? 333. It's also one thing. Fill it, shut it, forget it. It used to be Hero Honda का बहुत पहले पता है. This Starbucks का ये क्या है? To inspire and nurture the human spirit. One person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. You know this? ये Starbucks का tagline है.
Yes, Prabhu.
I used to be in Seattle now. Starbucks का headquarters.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Starbucks का headquarters है पूरा. To inspire and nurture, so many devotees working for Starbucks. To inspire and nurture the human spirit. One person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. So again, one पे आप सेस करोगे. one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time, like that. Okay, so more we are going to add next time, the structures and other things. Any quick final thoughts, feedback, whatever, what is your experience of this and all
Oh,
that?
nice, Prabhu. This was useful. This is very useful. I think we should do one full revision. आप नोट्स बना के भेजे ना प्रभु प्लीज अगर रहेंगे आपके पास कंप्लीट सेट तो
Yeah,
बिकॉज एवरी टाइम आई हैव टू गिव ना इट्स लाइक ओके कहाँ पे डॉक्यूमेंट्स ढूंढो उससे अच्छा एक जगह पर आपका कलेक्शन है ना
yeah.
दैट विल बी सो नाइस
मैंने कुछ एक आपके साथ शेयर
क्योंकि
किया.
हर चीज ऐसा पॉपअप नहीं होता प्रभु आई विल हैव टू आई मीन फॉर एवरी
Oh yeah. Yes, Prabhu. I know it's pending on my side. Really, I have to because you are, so sincerely and dedicatedly trying to study all of that. So, ये पूरा समझा जाए because it's a lot of content. It's a lot of content, right? पूरा एक बार में सब होगा नहीं that way. So, to compile and put it in one place would be a nice thing. Yeah.
स्लाइड्स नेक्स्ट टाइम देखना है प्रभु
Good. So, हाँ,
स्लाइड्स
क्या
आपने जो
चीज?
स्लाइड्स टेम्पलेट्स
Oh,
वगैरह
वो
जो
वाले
आपने
आपको दिखाना है वो. You want to share that? You couldn't understand how to.
या मतलब इट वाज अ लॉट
So specifically, any more little specific field is the. I have done a little bit rhetoric, but in the detail wise, I've done the first time
नाइस प्रभु नाइस
rhetoric.
दिस इज
So
नाइस
any more specific field? Huh?
नहीं प्रभु दिस वाज नाइस दिस वाज नहीं इस बार आपने प्रैक्टिस भी ज्यादा लेना सो लेवल ऑफ
और ये इनफैक्ट ये मैं इतना सोचा नहीं था because actually rhetoric is about the language, but while practicing it right now, I'm seeing that it's a great way to practice the voice modulation.
यस प्रभु
The entire delivery का जो है ये इससे ही ये पावरफुल हो रहा है, इन दोनों को मिला के ये पावरफुल होगा बेसिकली.
यस प्रभु
और एवेन्यूज दे रहा है प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए, आपको. अदरवाइज इट्स राइट, इट्स अ नाइस थिंग. Okay, so you want me to open it up or you will open it up?
यू वांट मी टू ओपन लेट मी
I can open it up also.
आपके पास रेडिली अवेलेबल रहेगा तो देखिए
या अवेलेबल तो है, वो जहाँ पे मैंने अपलोड किया था वहीं तो अवेलेबल है. क्योंकि ये मेरे अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो टॉप नहीं है वो. So there is the इसमें एक जगह पे पूरा समरी है एक. ओके, मैं दिखाता हूँ कहाँ पर है. ये देखिए, कंटेंट्स ऑफ पावर पॉइंट चार्ट्स, ये देख रहा है ये PDF. गेटिंग स्टार्ट विद टेम्पलेट्स यूसेज गाइड भी एक है और ये कंटेंट है. So this is all the content. तो आपको क्विकली भी दिख सकता है कि क्या क्या है. ओके, ये एक यूजफुल है, क्विकली आपको दिख गया. ठीक है,
यस प्रभु
this is one thing. And then individually, if you go to any of them, so cause effect diagram, you open that PPTX. ये Google Slides में open कर रहा है, but you can open it in a PowerPoint, download it, open it in a PowerPoint. So you just have to, अब जैसे ये है, अब ये है. Yeah, so this is basically, देखो अगर इसको आप इसमें देखोगे, स्टेज वाइज डिक्लाइन और फॉल का ये है ना, इम्पैक्ट एनालिसिस। ये अब ये चीजों को आपको जब यूज करना है है ना, जब इनको आपको यूज करना है, then you just have to take this, then you just have to take this slide, copy and paste it in where you are, उसमें
Yes.
एनिमेशन वगैरह सब बना हुआ है, ये सब टेक्स्ट वेक्स्ट को चेंज करो, कुछ एक चीजें फिर यू नो इट्स बेसिकली ऑल ऑफ दीज आर इंडिविजुअली चेंजेबल,
Yes,
इंक्लूडिंग
Prabhu.
including the structures, images, everything is individually changed.
Yes, Prabhu.
They are divided into different, as you could see, cause effect diagram, fishbone tree cause effect.
Yes, Prabhu.
Three, ऐसा करके सर्कल डायग्राम, कंसल्टिंग, एक्सट्रीम पावर पॉइंट एनिमेशन, अब देख ही रहे, सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी,
Yes, Prabhu.
एंड दैट पीडीएफ इज वेरी हेल्पफुल बिकॉज इन दैट यू जस्ट ऊपर से ही आपको दिख जाएगा, तो एक करके अभी मैंने कल एक हम लोगों ने एक अवार्ड्स के लिए सबमिट किया भक्तिवेदांत रिसर्च सेंटर के, आई यूज अ पिरामिड फॉर दैट, सो उसमें से मैंने निकाल के यूज किया. So yeah, there are different things like that that you can use. Make
Perfect,
sense?
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Hari bol.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Nita Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Jai. Thank you very
Bye, Gaur.
much. Hari Bol, Prabhu. Jai.